Good morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Monday, the 20th day of May 2024. I hope you had a good weekend, even though it might have been dimmed. We'll talk about that in a second. I hope you're safe and healthy, though, more importantly, that your family's safe and healthy, more importantly, and that the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are saving lives. Those also that pick up garbage, keep our places clean, and those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women that are out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children that are victims of child molestation and pedophilia. People that are also victims of pornography, child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators of these things, on those who actually profit from these things, and all the perverts that create the industry for these things. Finally, double blessings on the homeless. Nearly 600,000 men, women, and children, veterans and families homeless in the United States of America, and millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So there was a basketball game yesterday. The New York Knicks went on vacation after yesterday, losing to the Indiana Pacers in Game 7 at Madison Square Garden. But look, Jalen Brunson was asked, was this a successful season? He said no, as you would expect him to say. For him, the only success is a championship, and that's what we want. But the vacation for the Knicks can't come at a better time. Julius Randle needs the vacation to get his shoulder right. OG Anunoby needs the vacation to get his hamstring and his elbow right. Jalen Brunson needs the vacation to get his broken hand right. MitchRob needs the vacation to get his ankle right. Hartenstein needs the vacation for bumps and bruises that we don't even know about between his ankle, his shoulder, his side. He needs the vacation. Now, the new contract he's going to get, which we'll talk about another time, it's going to help that. Josh Hart needs the vacation from the abdominal strain and other things that he's been dealing with. So the Knicks need the vacation. They fought hard. Tom Thibodeau is probably not taking no vacation. Even if he does, if he goes somewhere exotic, he's probably going to be watching film. And he's probably going to be watching film of not only the Indiana series, but of different players. And by the way, we got a lot of things coming up just because the season is over. There's a lot of happenings, and always in Knicks Nation, even in bad years. And this is a good year, but even in bad years, there's a lot of happenings every summer. You got the draft coming up, and we're going to go over some players. We got the draft, we got the signings, the free agent signings, and the re-signings of guys like OG, Precious, iHeart to talk about. And then there's free agency, which I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure the Knicks are not going to be involved with too much. Then there's Summer League. And for players like Jacob Toppin, Summer League is extremely important. This was a good season for the Knicks. It's the first time they've been in semifinals 2 years in a row in more than 25 years. So the Knicks are going to build. We're excited about what's coming. Once all of these players get healed, I suspect everybody should be back in the gym by the end of July, certainly, and getting themselves ready. All of the players are named, plus the players like a Deuce McBride, who saw increased playing time and is now a permanent part of the rotation. We don't know what's going to happen with Bogdanovich. We don't know what's going to happen with Burks, but their money is probably going to be used to re-sign guys like iHeart, Precious Achua, and OG. So Deuce is going to be very important going into next season. The bench is going to be extremely important. Can you imagine now? We've been playing 7 guys for about at least 2 months, maybe 3 months. And now you're going to have 9 guys. It's going to seem like a lot when you play a 9-man rotation, which is Tibbs' normal regular season rotation. So it's going to be very interesting, and the Knicks are going to be in a very strong position come 2024-25 season. Nothing to be ashamed of here. They tried their best. They were really hampered. I think that one of the announcers yesterday, a floor announcer, I forgot her name, but I think it was Saunders. She said, the Knicks believe in next man up, but right now there's no more next man up, and that's the truth. They had run through everybody, and that was going to be part of the rotation, and that was it. And so they did all they can. When Jalen Brunson broke his hand, we knew it was over at that point. So Great season. We in a season like this, again, you get guys like a Deuce that steps up. You know Hart now what you got there. When Julius comes back, you know what you got with OG. OG and Julius were, when they were playing together, it was, people forgot, but they were 14-2 when they were playing together. So, and then you bring back Mitchell Robinson, you prolong his career, but people don't understand. You're not going to trade Mitchell Robinson. Matter of fact, I don't want to hear trades about any of our guys from y'all. You can go NBA 2K, go to these other channels. I want to talk about that BS. This ain't this channel. We're going to keep our guys. And with the exception of that one Villanova player that may or may not come over. But that's another thing. As we get to July, them talks are going to heat up, and we'll talk about that then. But for now, we don't need to trade nobody. We got everybody we need. We just need to bring back everybody healthy. Mitchell Robinson will be coming off the bench. It will prolong his career. It will make him even more valuable as an offensive rebounder and defensive stopper and rim protector in the second unit for the Knicks. Again, when you think about everybody healthy, the second unit will be Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Deuce McBride. That's your second unit. And Precious Achua, your second unit. And so, if you trade Precious or you get an Alex Caruso, which is the only other guy I really like, if they're not going to bring back Precious, the only guy I really like for that bench unit is Caruso. You bring Caruso in here because Caruso's only got $3 million guaranteed for next season. It's not fully guaranteed, so he could be on the move. That's the only real, and we'll talk about that again. There's a lot to talk about this summer with the Knicks. So for now, though, they finished strong. Regardless, we got a strong team coming into the fall for next season. Everybody get the vacation that they need it to get right for the next season. And I'm very confident when you look at a guy like a Brunson, a guy that sits in the press conference and said this was not a successful season. That says a lot about him. But one of the most important things it says is he's going to come back in the fall with a vengeance. Him, Dante DiVincenzo, and Josh Hart are going to lead a charge that has a chip on their shoulder. Julius Randle is going to come back with a chip on his shoulder. And so it's going to be on coming in the fall. The Knicks are now a championship contender. They are a championship contender right now. Okay, the window of the chip has been opened. You might see a championship next year. Okay, but again with Chip, and again somebody said De La Music. I think it was you, my brother. He said, the best team didn't win. The healthiest team won, but I can understand what my man De La Music said, but no, the best team won. Indiana was the best team because health plays a role. Availability plays a role in who's the best team. For example, I like to use the Clippers. If you were to look at the paper in the paper and say the Clippers start James Harden, Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George, they'd be championship on paper. They'd be championship contenders because they'd be like the best team, right? But they're not the best team. Why? Because those guys can't all stay healthy together. See, the best team includes health. The best team also has to have some good fortune bounce their way. See, Indiana, if they'd have faced the Knicks, let's say with OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson healthy, this would be a different series. But they didn't. And all they lost was Mathurin. Very important. So now they got a pretty good full squad, and the Knicks didn't. Indiana was the best team. Period. Now, will it be that way next year? It's going to be on. The thing about Indiana now is it's been a long time since there was an ongoing feud between the country boys in Indiana and the city boys in New York. We got something now. So that's going to be ongoing. But for now, I'm rooting for Indiana to beat the Celtics. Can't stand the Celtics. Really can't stand Indiana. Can't stand Halliburton either. But Obi Toppin's on that team. And Obi's fam. So I want to see Obi and them rock the Boston Celtics. I know Celtics are going to be heavily favored, but I'm going to be pulling for the Indiana Pacers to beat the Celtics. We'll talk about the draft later this week. We'll be going into draft. We'll be talking about contracts. We'll be talking about re-signing guys, free agency. We'll be talking about all of that going forward this summer. But for now, really, Knicks Nation, take your hat off and tip to the Knicks. They did their thing. they really busted their tail. They left it all out on the floor. And emblematic of that was Dante DiVincenzo going all out to the final buzzer. Josh Hart going all out because he couldn't go anymore. OG giving you 5 minutes that he really didn't have, but just to try to help the team win. That is the New York Knicks. That's going forward. Tom Thibodeau, as I've been saying for 2 years now, he's going to be re-signed. He's going to get extended. He's going to be back. It's going to be his team. It is. It's his team on the floor. It's his team. It's Leon Rose's team in the front office. And together, it's a dynamic situation. Knicks have a new culture. And now, when you're talking about players coming to the Knicks, you got to be talking about players that fit the culture. I know a lot of NBA 2K guys don't even know what culture means, but you got to be talking about culture and guys that fit the culture to come to New York, because that's how it's going to be from now on. It's not going to just be some name that you picked up. Somebody kept mentioning DeMar DeRozan. He's not fit. Who's he going to play in front of? DiVincenzo? Hell no. OG Anunoby? Stop smoking. Okay? You going to pay him $30 million come off the bench? See? So don't be just throwing names out there. You don't know what the hell where they're going to play. Okay? And how they're going to fit. Donovan Mitchell doesn't fit. It's like OJ's gloves. If the gloves don't fit, you must have quit. So quit. Anyway, we're going to talk about a lot of things going forward. But for now, let's savor the season that the Knicks had. 50 wins, second seed in the East, going into 24-25, favorites to come out of the East. The Knicks are among the favorites. You got to put them now in the conversation with Boston, with Indiana. You got to put them in that conversation to come out of the East next year. So, yeah, it's like that. And next year, we're looking at, I'm thinking 55 wins next year. Some people are going to be saying 60. I know some of y'all get carried away. I like that energy. But I'm thinking 55, 57 wins for the Knicks going 24-25. And, yeah, we'll be ready for that. The Knicks will be up for that. Brunson is going to come for blood. So is Hart. So is Devo. And I can't wait for it. Y'all enjoy your Monday. Enjoy the rest of these playoffs. Go Indy. Enjoy your summer as we're going to be talking more. Shalom.